Hi there. Yeah. The Sunday Scaries. We'll get you over them. But first, get yourself comfortable. My guess is you spent all day trying to get comfortable. Comfortable with your decisions, your spending, and all the other shenanigans you did on Saturday. But it's happened. And you're not a dwelling kind of person. My guess is you've done it before, so... And, you know, you can think about the previous times you've done this kind of shit. And guess what? Was all that worrying worth it? I wouldn't have thought so. Time heals everything. Money you can make back. Experiences you cannot make back. So get yourself comfortable on your back. Let's talk about these Sunday Scaries and whisk them away so you can go to La La Land and wake up Monday morning like you just did a Sunday fun run. Take a really big deep breath in. But if you had darts and ciggies, because you drank lots and you only have darts when you drink, and don't breathe in too much because you might do one of those awkward coughs that go for far too long. So yeah, just take a medium-sized breath if you were on the darts last night. Big nights, huh? They're fun and interesting events. I've always thought that the 7 days of the week was decided after a big night. Before we had 7 days in a week, we just had days, really. And I reckon a group of people had a massive night out. The next day they said, "It's a day of rest. Let's just not do a thing here." They ate whatever caveman equivalent of Uber Eats is. And I guess laying in bed watching Netflix, for them it would just be looking at the grass. I don't know. And that was that day. And they all said, "Let's never drink again. We've done fuck all. And we feel like shit." The end of that night they said, "We better put in some hard yards this week." So they all woke up the next day and worked their asses off. They did again the next day, and the one after that. And next thing you know, it was 4 or so days in and 5 days in. And they'd work so hard all week. they thought, we should treat ourselves. We deserve it. Look at us, putting in these bloody long hours, day after day. We should, I don't know, have a drink of that fermented apple stuff that what's his name made. Like we feel pretty good. Let's just have one. We'll have one. And of course, you don't just have one. You have 100. Before you knew it, 6 days in or 7 days in, they're making the same mistakes they did 7 days ago. And that's how we ended up with 7 days in a week. Because it takes 7 days for you to become weak enough to get back on the terps. That is not fact. I just thought the term weak could be used in both meanings, or different spelling, but you get it. But this isn't about cavemen coming up with days of the week. It's about you having your bloody Sunday scaries, the anxiety of bad decisions, and the fear of work tomorrow. But who gives a shit? Let me ask you a question. At any point last night, were you having fun? If your answer is yes, then it's worth it. You've had some fun, and with fun comes not so much fun. As in like tonight or today. But it's fine. Tit for tat. Bit of this, bit of that. Just make sure you had enough fun to justify the shitness now. And if your answer was no, you didn't have any fun yesterday, I'd probably pull back on the piss. Play golf or something, or, go for walks or do fun runs. Build up the dopamine that way. Don't get on the terps and have no fun. Now I know a few of you have not checked your bank account. It's a scary thing on a Sunday. Especially if you've ordered cocktails or espresso martinis at some point. You're up for a bit of kish cash kosh. But hey, money. Such a strange part of life. You give it, you get it. You give it, you get it. And even though you gave a bit yesterday, look, you've probably helped some people in the hospitality industry. They've got it tough, they've always got it tough, so you've helped someone, I don't know, get a new tat. I assume that's what people in hospitality industries do. Get tattoos. So, you've paid for a tattoo. It's just not on your skin. Don't worry about it. If you really are regretting spending that much, and you're a little bit morbid, you can imagine that they got a shit tattoo, and you paid for the shit tattoo. That's kind of fun. your head's sore. I know your head's sore. One of those headaches where you're like, my head might blow up. Can I just spontaneously combust? Remember that? People used to say that people can just spontaneously combust, just blow up. At school, I thought that was legit. I thought, well, there's 1,000 kids at this school. I'm going to be here for like 6 years. I will see someone blow up. Surely the statistics are in my favour here. Plenty of people. Lots of running around on the oval in the sun. I think I'll see someone blow up. Hay bales blow up, apparently. They spontaneously combust. And I've heard humans can, so fuck, I'm hanging out for that day. Just watching Greg Marshall from Year 9 just run out for a little lap around the oval and just go boom. Death via spontaneous combustion. But never happened. 6 years, 1,000 kids at that school. Not one blow up. That taught me to just restrict my ambitions and dreams. And to tie it back into this, just pull back on your dreams this week. Just recover. You can always work on your dreams later in the week, next week. Just accept that last night was big, today was shit, tomorrow will be less shit, and then it'll just get less shit as the week goes on. And by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can get shit done. Do a big couple of days. And you'll probably want to celebrate again next weekend. Now as you lay there with a sore head, listening to this, you're probably almost asleep, hopefully asleep, but if you're not, just make sure you've got a big jug or a big glass of water next to your bed, because you're going to do one of those 2 a.m. skulls that looks like when a sperm whale shoots up out of the water to eat a bunch of krill and just go and just hoove in that water. So make sure it's by the bed. If you're asleep without that water by the bed, you're fucked. You're gonna wake up at 2 a.m. cotton mouth, and you have to get up, stitch up. But if you prepare, then bang, you're gonna scull that water straight back to bed and hydrate that body. That sweet body of yours. Sorry, that was creepy. Just your body. Yeah, hydrate your body. If you've got some hydrolyte, do 2 hydrolytes. Apparently that's better than 1. Of course it is. But then if you follow that logic, 6 is better than 2. But I think it gets to a point where you can have too many, so follow the back of the label. Don't take me on for any advice, because I am not qualified. Isn't it kind of annoying though that hangovers take longer now? Do you remember years ago being able to just spring out of bed the next day and go to like a lunch or a brunch, or even get back on it, go again. It's so hard now. It's like your body's telling you that you're getting older, which is just not on, not fair. And I like to disagree with it for the next couple of years, until my brain catches up to my body. So that's just going to be a battle. But hey, the body has fun. I've seen my body have fun. There's videos of my body having fun. In fact, my body has that much fun. My brain doesn't even remember how much fun it's had. I've got heaps of videos of me dancing, and I don't remember shit from that night. So the body's punishing me. Yet the last thing I remember was the body taking over and saying, "I've got it from here. You can shut off now. Catch you in the morning." The brain turns off. Yet anyway, the body and the brain have a few years of battling ahead. Sunday Scaries. It's weird to think that one day a week is just meant to be regret, anxiety, a little bit of fear. But let's try and call it something else. Sunday sillies, just kind of lightens it up a little bit. You go, oh, got the Sunday sillies coming on, and that just means that I was a little bit silly on Saturday. So here comes the Sunday sillies, and it's just when you kind of look back and go, oh, having that fourth espresso martini was silly. Spending $150 at lunch was silly. Spewing in the Uber on the way home, how silly. So you can just think of it as light-hearted silliness and nothing scary. Yeah. We're calling it the Sunday Sillies from now on. I hope you got something out of that. Probably the best bit was working out how the 7 days a week started. Tell people that. That's exactly why there's 7 days in a week. Yeah. Let's just roll with that. Don't do any research, because you don't want to let facts get in the way of a good story or a good rumour, a good conspiracy, you could say. I'll leave you with this fact. You might have been a little horny today. You ever notice that? You're hungover, a little bit bloody toey. I have a fact for you. It's my party story, so listen to this. We are a reproductive species. We have to try and give off our seed before we die. It's programmed in our brains. So when you're hungover, you feel like your body's shutting down. And the brain sends a signal to, I guess, your genitals. Or it's probably just a brain signals to your brain, and then think about it. Anyway, your body's shutting down and your brain goes, well, if we're dying, we better give off our seed and keep our DNA and reproduce and leave a legacy and all that kind of jazz. And if there's a urge to do that, there's only really one way of doing it. You end up getting a little bit bloody horny. And that's why you can be toey when you're hungover. That you can quote me on. Not the 7 days a week thing. Or the spontaneous combustion. But that horny when you're hungover thing, that's legit. Anyway, I hope you got something out of this. Get a good night's sleep. Drink that water. Wake up the next day, have a hydrolyte 2, not 6, a Barocca. Walk to work, or if you get a train or whatever, get off a stop early and walk a little bit just to oxygenate the brain. Breathe in that fresh air and get back to it. Because don't let a little bit of fun ruin your week. Happy Sunday, sillies.